In this video, we'll be taking a look at a few chart analyses to get prepared for the week ahead. We'll be talking about gold, crude oil, and US30, which is the Dow Jones. If you love the content, please like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you're interested in learning to trade first like a professional, wanting to learn pure price action trading strategies, use the link in our description below to check out our complete Forex trading course. It's going to help you a lot. So this is the gold chart on a 4-hour time frame, and last week I drew some sort of pattern like this. So I took these highs, going across these highs, and we anticipated a price movement to the upside as well as a price movement to the downside. So fortunately for us, the bullish case played out, which I wasn't expecting at all. So here we are, right? So if you took that bullish opportunity, stop loss probably would have been around these highs here after taking out this trend line. So kudos to you. I'm gonna get rid of these lines for now so we can see what's happening in real time. So this is the pattern we currently have on chart. Price seems to be creating some sort of ascending triangle. We just tapped into this area of value and saw a sharp decline to the downside. Excuse me. So the only reason the only price level where I'm interested in going long right now is when we take out this area of resistance. So this week I'm going to be patient enough to see if we bounce off this trend line, consolidate a little, gradually come into this trend line and this area of value and give us a good bullish breakout. If this happens, it's going to be my bullish case scenario to go long. Stop loss obviously is going to be underneath the consolidation, at least a breakout. First tick profit target is going to be around this high, so while I trail the rest of my positions as we go higher, because this will put us in price discovery for gold, right? So this is briefly my bullish case scenario. So my first bullish case scenario for gold. So my next bullish case scenario will be waiting to see if we take out this trend line, right? Test this trend line at the bottom, consolidate, and then look for a move, bounce to the upside. So if this happens, my entry is going to be after the bounce of the trend line. Stop loss is going to be underneath the retest. My first take profit target is going to be around this area of resistance. Second one over here, and third one scale out as we go higher. So this is my two bullish case scenario for gold real quick. I'm not going to be going short. I'm not bearish on gold. I'm still bullish. I will only turn bearish if we do come into this trend line, consolidate a little, and then give us a bearish breakout. So this would make me turn my bullish bias on gold to bearish. But for now, I'm still bullish, and what I just discussed, my two case scenario to go long. So for those who intend to go short just in case we take out this trend line, I'm going to go down to 2 hours time frame so this chart is clearly visible, right? So in 2 hours time frame, we want to see some sort of a consolidation underneath or on top of this trend line, right? Some sort of consolidation followed by a bearish breakout to the downside. So your entry is going to be underneath the breakout after the consolidation. Stop loss is going to be above the consolidation listed breakout, and your take profit target is going to be immediately we touch this trend line. Meanwhile, if you take a broader look, this trend line dates back to, let's see, so it dates back all the way to these lows around March of this year. So this is a solid trend line, so I think this is a good price level to set your take profit if you intend to go short in this trade, right? So something to pay attention to just while you're watching out for your bearish trade opportunity. It is worthwhile to pay attention to this trend line over here, right, where we first had our major breakouts that led price moving all the way to this area of resistance. So just in case price sharply moves below this trend line, I wouldn't be jumping in if I were you, because there's a good chance we might be testing this trend line and then reversing to the upside, right? So this some sort of bearish trap, so bear trap for you to watch out for just in case you intend to go short. Meanwhile, also pay attention to the fact that the RSI is getting closer to the oversold level, right, which a price dip in this price level may bring us into that oversold price level. Something to pay attention to if you intend to go short on gold. So that's my brief outlook for gold. If you have other thoughts, please leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Without further ado, we'll be moving on to the next chart, which is a crude oil chart. So crude oil chart, daily time frame, chart looks good. We've been bouncing up this area of value for a while now, and last week we had a good breakout, right? So we had a good breakout all the way at these price levels over here. So I'm going to go down to the lower time frame so we can spot out what's going on here, watch us for our price targets, and see how we can take advantage of the chart we can see on screen. So going down, we'll be starting with the 4 hours time frame, for example. So 4 hours time frame, zooming out or zooming in, excuse me, you can see we had a good bounce up of this area of value, which we've been seeing for some time now, for a few weeks or a few months, and we just had a very good breakout, small consolidation with a follow through to the upside, right? So if you're not in on this trade right now, the best possible price level to go in will be hoping that we do get a slight pullback to the downside when the market opens, right? So this will give you an opportunity to go in while we wait for higher price movement to the upside. So take profit target, first one should be inside this area of value, while you hold the rest of the positions in case we intend to go higher, touching this trend line for a reversal or for a breakout. So this is how I'm going to trade crude oil. So this is going to be a quick one because I don't see any reason why you want to be bearish on crude oil right now. We just had a massive bounce off of this area of support, and I think current momentum is going to continue until or else something catastrophic happens in the market, right? So this looks good. So once again, I'm only bullish, and to go long, I'm waiting for a pullback. Mind you, I'm already on this trade. I entered on Friday. So for those who aren't in yet, waiting for a pullback to give you a better entry for a tighter stop loss, and then ride the trade as we go higher if we do go higher, right? So if you wait for that pullback, entry is going to be around this price level depending on how far below we pull. Your stop loss obviously is going to be underneath this consolidation after the retest, or it could be underneath this wick down here. So depending on the broker you're using, this wick may end up being anywhere on your chart, right? So for some brokers, the wick may be around here. For some, it may be around here. But this is a logical price level to set your stop loss if you're waiting for that pullback. So the farther down we pull back, the tighter your stop loss is going to be, right? So assuming your entry is around here after the pullback, then this current price level being your stop loss would be approximately, let's see, 108 pips. So there's 110 pips approximately. Take profit targets will be around 250 pips, which is a good risk reward ratio in my opinion, and holding the rest of the positions to go higher if we do go higher, right? So this is how I'm going to trade crude oil. This is my plan for crude oil. Although I'm already in on this trade, I do hope we go higher. If you're not in yet, wait for those pullback, because entering at this current price level is just not worth the risk in my opinion. Lastly, we'll be talking about US30, which is the Dow Jones, right? We've been in a massive bullish trend for a while. So since August of 2024, 1, 2, 3 good bounce, and we seem to be tracking this trend line accordingly. So last week we talked about this chart and the possibility of price, breaking this ascending triangle to the downside, right? My expectation was that we get a bounce, a relief bounce after closing this gap over here. You can see we have a gap over here, but we seem to be declining even lower. So right now, I'm watching for a movement into this area of value within a week, where I'm going to look for opportunities to go long, right? So my entry is going to be after the bounce, or after a bounce from this area of value, which also coincides with this trend line, right? My stop loss is going to be underneath the bounce. Take profit target, first one is going to be around these highs. Let's say around these highs, while I trade the rest of my positions to go higher. So if this happens this week, this is going to present us with a very good opportunity to go long if we do get a bounce off of this area of value, which also coincides with this trend line. So right now I'm going to set an alert so I don't miss this. So I'm going to set an alert right now. So just so we get into this trend line, I'm going to be alerted by TradingView, and it's going to prompt me to come check the charts, right? So that's my bullish case scenario for US30 at the moment. For a bearish case scenario, obviously in this case we do have one. I'm going to wait for that pullback into this area of value, some consolidation, right, to show us that yes, traders are actively involved in this in the market. Then I'm going to wait for a good breakout to the downside. If this happens, I'm going to go short. It's a no-brainer. Entry is going to be around this price level. Stop loss is going to be above the consolidation list to the breakout, and my take profit is going to be all the way down here. I might decide to take some profit halfway down the line, but my main take profit target is going to be around here. So this is my brief outlook for US30 bullish and bearish case scenario. That's it. That's all I have for this week. If you have some thoughts on this chart I just shared, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you're interested in learning trade, pure price action, understand the market, how it works, then get our complete forex trading course on Udemy. It's going to help you a lot. Without further ado, guys, that's it for me this week. See you next week.